go live now to ITV News for an update on events in Ukraine.
Good afternoon. The latest from Ukraine, where ITV News has, in the last few hours, witnessed the gun battle now taking place close to central Kyiv. Russian troops are now advancing through the city. It follows a morning of rocket attacks on the capital. Authorities say at least 33 civilian sites have been hit. Our correspondent John Ray has the latest.
They have total control of the skies, so on the ground, Russian tanks are heading into Kiev itself. These images show armoured vehicles apparently just 10 kilometres from the centre of the capital. A city rocked by more missile attacks and waking to a stark message from their president, who believes he is Russia's target number one.
This morning we are defending our country alone. Just like yesterday, the most powerful country in the world looked on from a distance. Russia was hit with sanctions yesterday, but these are not enough to get these foreign troops off our soil. Only through solidarity and determination can this be achieved.
Ukrainian soldiers have offered stiff resistance. A fierce battle raged at this military school. Moscow claims to have destroyed more than 70 military bases. Despite Russian denials, civilians have been in the line of fire. Putin has lost his senses, says this man. Here in the port city of Mariupol, families took shelter from a conflict from their history books, brought terrifyingly to life. I don't want to die, this little girl says simply. I just want it to end. Russia's foreign minister was asked a direct question.
It's Russia's intention now to decapitate the leadership of Ukraine.
We are only talking about not allowing neo-Nazis and those who promote genocide to rule in this country.
But for an indication of Russia's ambitions, look closely at this column of tanks and what looks like the red flag of the old Soviet Union. The question now is how long an independent and sovereign Ukraine can hold out. John Ray, ITV News.
Let's get the very latest from our Europe editor, James Mates, in Kyiv. And James, the pictures we're seeing now, Russian troops in the city.
They have been. It's much, much quieter now. I don't think it's fair to say that Russian troops are moving through the city. There has undoubtedly been a raid, either by special forces or possibly a reconnaissance in force, in which lightly armoured troops and their vehicles have come a long way into the city to test, effectively, Ukrainian defences. It does seem, though, that whatever happened this morning has, for the time being, been repelled. There was some pretty serious small arms fire going on throughout the morning, but that, as I say, seems to have stopped. It has been enough for President Zelensky of Ukraine to have gone into hiding in a bunker, although he insists he is going to remain here in Kiev. It probably is an attempt to work out how they can, or to try and find a way to decapitate the government here to bring this war to a quick end. But so far, at least, there's no sign of it succeeding this morning.
All right, James, thank you very much for the update. Well, later this afternoon, NATO leaders will be meeting. Our deputy political editor, Anushka Rastana, is at Downing Street. Anushka, the Prime Minister will, of course, be taking part. What's he likely to say?
Well, they're going to be talking about the entire response to this, and that includes those economic sanctions that we've seen over the last couple of days. One thing we know Boris Johnson is going to raise is the question of SWIFT. That is that critical banking system through which banks speak to each other and transfer money. Britain wants Russia to be banned from it. Other NATO countries, including Germany, not so sure, worried about the economic effects of that. So sources tell me that the Prime Minister will really push for that. He wants maximum economic pain because his mantra is Putin must fail. And when it comes to military help, they are going to send more military help. But the Armed Force Minister just now very clear, we will not be sending troops in.
All right, Anushka, Downing Street, thank you. And that is it for now. We are back with a full roundup of the situation in Ukraine on the lunchtime news at 1:30. Until then, keep up to date with the latest on our website, itv.com/news. Bye-bye for now.
And I just wanted to say thank you to our colleagues at ITV News there.